can't see the whole thing right away. But you can see it's got all sorts of information, and if you wanted to click on the link on the site, then you could kind of peruse through it with your computer. But you can see he's got some various and different videos down here relating to the moon. So somebody found it. And he's also got these guys that when you roll over a link, it'll make a circle for it. So this is a link to actually a Wikipedia page about the geology of a moon. And interesting enough, he used another tool called Wordle. And I'm not sure if you guys know about that, but he took the entire article and dropped it into this program called Wordle, and it creates this graphic where the larger the word is, the more often it shows up in the picture. So he kind of took that route with that and created a Wordle with this little history about lunar landing and that sort of thing. So he's got lots of different information on this digital poster. So I think that's it seems sort of busy, but I think it's very interesting. And you can post this on your website. You can put a link right to it, or you can even embed the code into your own website, and it shows up that way. So I think that was pretty interesting. If you're a science teacher, you may want to peruse through this at some point. And I'll show you. There's probably millions of these things on the Glogster site. And here's one. This is one more for social studies. About the attack on Pearl Harbor, and I like this one because it's got like kind of a theme going on, like it's got a 40s type theme coinciding with the Pearl Harbor idea. And I like this too about Glogster. This map seems really small; it's hard to see, but if you click it, it gets bigger, and you don't have to tell it to do that; it just does it automatically. So that's pretty fascinating. It's got a lot of information on here and text and that sort of thing. But this is the kind of poster I think I've wanted kids to be able to do for me. And then we've got a couple other ones. Here's one for language arts, Diary of Anne Frank. I read that when I was in language arts, so it's like 1,000 years ago. But it's pretty cool. It's got some pictures. It's got a video. This is a clip from the, I guess the movie that was made a long time ago, but it's got a little trailer for that, so that's very interesting. It's got some quotes down here from the book and just some different information. So the poster encompasses a lot of different things, and it's really literally multimedia because it does have videos, it does have pictures, and it has a lot of capacity for information just on this.
Mike?
Yes, ma'am.
Like if you're doing a poster like that and you have like, can you like embed text in it? Is that?
Yes, and we'll go through all that kind of in the second half. I just wanted to show you and get you thinking about what you can do with this, because this is huge and it's free. So you can do a lot of great things with this just by taking the kids out of the computer lab, or even assign it to them and say, go home and do it.
What does it look like when you like print it out? Can you print it out big?
Well, you
put it on
can
your wall
print it out,
room?
but you miss something when you print it because you can't watch the videos.
Oh,
And
I've been using this and I've had some troubles, but we're working through because it's new. And what you can highlight their website and they can drop it into your Dropbox on your website. And then you just go in and you can click on it and it pops up.
Right. Yeah. No, I was
And
just
it does
thinking of a way to
have
put
an
it up
option.
in the room. That
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
it
So it's
it
there.
does have an option when you
Take
right
it.
click, you can print. It says print glog. Now again, I think that's you miss something with that. I don't know how else to say it. But
Yeah. No.
you just miss
I
something.
think so.
Now, posting it on a website, that's easy. And that's fantastic. And that's going to be the wall of the future, is the website, right? Where we don't post things on the wall as much anymore, but we post it on our website, not just for our students to see and parents, but for the world to see. Yes, ma'am.
So the purpose of Glogster is one, to build posters, but is it also to use posters that already exist?
Yes, and there's a ton of them, and I do want to show you guys that before we get started and going too far. Oh no. Where's my site?
I think you went back.
It's on the other page.
You broke it.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, it's not so.
It's not. And then we got this one. I look for some math stuff. There's really some quality math things out there, but there's also some sorry math stuff out there, just like with any content area, I think. But this is just a little review for some stuff. I don't like this one because it has the text that's really small on it. So if I was going to do that, I would probably fix it. But again, kids did this. So this is pretty high quality for a student work. But it's got a video on how to do this particular type of problem. It's got tips. It's got steps. So I think this is fantastic as far as the concept. Now the execution is a little lacking, but I love the idea. And then I did one for fine arts that I really like because it's very crisp and very clean. And it's got just a couple images there that talk about 3-point perspective and very informative. Got some different examples. Got a website and it's got a video of perspective drawing. So with all these things put together, this is a very nice, informative piece of work. So I really like what Glogster can do. And then and like Robin said, it's not just a place where you can build these things; it's also a place where you can share it. And so if you when we log on here in just a second, up at the top there's a best blogs tab and there's a categories tab. And under categories, you can see it's got chemistry, current events, English language arts, economics, history, language, arts, physical sciences, math, reading, religion, technology, all these different things, and all the blogs are categorized under those particular ones. And as you can see, even with math, it says 655 blogs. So that's a lot of material to vet through if you're going to look at that. But there's some good stuff out there. So it's got all of this repository for different places that you can go and find things. And maybe you find one that's good already. Or maybe you find one that you want to use as an exemplar for your students when you assign a particular topic with this. And you can find those and show them and say, this is kind of what you're capable of. And so that's kind of where we can go and find some things. So I've got a kind of a question. Yeah, I just clicked on that for no reason. Yeah, he's an American Idol fan. I wanted to ask this question. Okay, we've seen some examples. How do you see this? Either how have you used this in your class? Because I know some of you are using this already. How have you used this in your class, or how do you see this being useful in your class? Yes, ma'am.
I could see math pulling together, like we're going into circles and hyperbolas, and taking the circle and not only exploring what you do with the circle, but where you would do it with the circle, the real world connections.
Yeah, have some, because we've done this project before up on the math hall where we've had kids make a poster of conic sections where they go to magazines or the web or somewhere and find pictures, print them out, cut them up, and put them on the poster board and write conics on it. Right, and that's exciting, but this really brings it to that next level. That brings it to not just, I think if you, all of you remember your technology matrix, I'm sure, but part of the moving up the scale on the technology matrix is taking it out of the classroom and into the world, and sharing it no longer with just the students in the class, but also the students in the school, the students in the county, the students in the world. So by using this, we can post our poster online now, and everybody can see it. Okay, what else? Any other examples of maybe how you're using this or what you could use it for?
Like my kids are doing something environmental. I had them pick a country to study the whole year, and they're doing everything we do in environmental science pertains to their country, and I could see where that would be because I've got to make it on poster paper now, and they just keep adding to it. And
the great thing about this is too that it's literally a living document that you create, because it's not something that, okay, I've glued everything down, now I'm going to hang it up. It's, oh, I put something on here, but oh, I've learned something else. I'm going to add this in here. Or this information has become outdated. I'm going to replace it. And you can go back in and you can edit it all the time. So that's fantastic. Yeah, it's a great idea. Other things, because I think this is a great idea for us to kind of get ideas from each other on how to use this. So if you've got some good idea or you're thinking about something, let's hash it out for just a minute.
I used it in biology for a collaborative summarization activity. I assigned at the very end of the unit, each group of students had a topic, and they each went and pulled or we made one glog and they put their group put one piece on the glog. So there were all these different pieces on the
Yeah.
glog together, and we put it up on the screen and talked about it at the end.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I kind of was leaning towards that way with my AP statistics class. I want them to be able to put together something that sums up the unit that we were doing, and maybe it's how to work a certain problem, or maybe it's some information or vocabulary or different things, pictures and graphs. So that's a great idea. Yes.
I could also see it at the beginning of a unit, as you're building the unit, the kids actually building themselves study tools.
Yeah. Because the power is, again, you can put video in this. I mean, and Khan Academy is something that we've used in the math department as a lot of resources. I know there's tons of resources out on Safari and different places. So you can embed video into this and have a online study poster that you can just go and click on. So that's great. Any more ideas?
Well, you can use it as the old-fashioned jigsaw, each, like, kind of like what you were saying, Ms. Hamby, each group have a different kind of topic, and then use the Glogster to present and teach that specific area or whatever it is, aspect.
Oh yeah, there's so many different ways. I was thinking, and the Glogster site actually suggests things. I don't think we do book reports anymore. I don't. But you know, how much more exciting would a book report be if you use this and put in video clips and put in pictures and other images and sounds and things? That'd be much more exciting than a 5-paragraph essay, in my mind anyway.
Micah, we did some standards. I threw out like 12 standards to the students, and they could pick from a lot of websites that they wanted to use. And about 5 of them I had never even gone into. And when they would choose Glogster or like Wix, which I hadn't done, I said, "You're going to be teaching me also." So it was pretty cool when they dove in there. They would come back and say, "This is how you do something," because we don't have time to go in ourselves as teachers and figure it out. So we do the flipped classroom and let the students kind of come back and teach us. We just make sure the standards are in there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they did some really good ones, and I'm trying to post those on my website. But this is good stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's the important thing too, is we do have to remember it's got to be standards based, just like with everything that we do. I mean, if we're using a tool but we're not focused on the standards, then that's just a waste of our time as well. So yeah, focusing on the standards, getting kids to do this, and I'm telling you, students could look at this, could go to this site, and you could just say, go there and figure it out, and they would figure it out literally in 10 minutes. And they would know everything there is to know about it in that short amount of time, because there's a lot of functionality, but there's not a lot of technical pieces to it. All right, so now this is the part you're all been waiting for. Let's play around with this for a little bit. I have created one. I took some time last night and made one. So there's one that says example and directions. So I made this to kind of walk you through the process of how you would make your own blog. And I've got some steps, and I'm a big fan of arrows. I don't know why, but there's some arrows on here. So start out, I think it's kind of intuitive. You start with the background. The Glogster tab that we'll see here in just a minute doesn't have it has like an order, but the wall's on the bottom, so that kind of goes backwards for me. So I said pick your wall first, maybe add some text, and we'll do that in a minute here. Maybe a picture. That's my son Ethan. And we were at the Georgia State football game. And so
that's child abuse.
Maybe a picture. And you can put even a video in there, and I put this video of a recent play at a football game. And then kind of last, you just make it your own. So you have this available to look at. But then what we can do right now is let's go ahead and go, if you have a laptop with you, let's go ahead and go to www.edu.glogster.com. Now there's a couple